The check is still locked up. My husband doesn't know it's there.
This woman received a $9.7 million check from her online affair.
His profile picture was an older man with a dog. Looked like he had a little country flavor to him. A nice looking guy. I never had a man talk to me like he did.
Good morning, sweetheart. I'm making this video for you, Sue.
Morris gave Sue what she was looking for emotionally, but it didn't take long for this story to go off the rails.
The first thing was the sharks. He needed money to ward off the sharks. He was lucky to be alive, let's put it that way. I currently have over $56,000 in credit card debt now. He's always insisted that he will repay me very generously. And he had this check sent to me to hold until he could get here. I can't say no to Morris. I love you so much. If something happens, I don't know if I can deal with it.
Join us on this week's episode of Catfish. We'll get straight to the truth behind this $9 million check. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed. Okay, team, we got another case. This one is crazy. It's from a woman named Sue. I'll read her email. She says, "Hi, Catfish team. I've been involved with a man named Morris for almost 3 years, and I think I might have been scammed out of $200,000. He claims to be detained by the DEA in Alaska and is pressuring me to send another $1,500 to help him get released. He promises to pay me back with millions of dollars from an ExxonMobil check. I'm emotionally attached to Morris and I'm struggling to let it go. Please help me find out if Morris is the real deal. Sincerely, Sue."
Hi, social catfish team. My name is Sue. I'm 71 years old and I live in North Carolina. I grew up very rural. I was a tomboy as a girl. I went to a 4-year nursing program at a Baptist college and I got a job being an OB nurse, working maternity, labor, delivery, postpartum type nursing. And then I eventually became the head nurse of the department. I met a man that was security guard at the hospital in the evenings. He ended up being my husband. We had 3 sons. He got us involved in drugs, marijuana and powdered cocaine. The feds busted into the house. He went to prison. He was sentenced to 8 years of federal time. I had the option of an automatic divorce because of his legal status. He couldn't argue the point, and I took advantage of that. I moved to North Carolina to get away from him.
After many years of raising her 3 children on her own, Sue would eventually meet her current husband, David.
We got married in August of '91. We had a really nice little outdoor wedding beside the house. Then it started going downhill pretty quick. It was obvious he wasn't doing some of the right things. I just have never felt like I could trust him. We are not on the same level intellectually. He won't go to church with me. There will be days go by when he may not say a word to me. He's just not present. David's cyclic, he's up and he's down, and he started listening to radio preachers, and he calls me one afternoon and tells me he's just listened to this religious program and he has to confess to me that he and this other woman, I won't mention her name, they did have an affair. I said, well, thank you very much for the information. I knew it already, but it's nice to have that closure that, yes, now I know for sure.
Although Sue was still married, she was contacted by a mysterious profile on Facebook that would change her life forever.
The first time Morris reached out to me was Easter Sunday evening. He had seen my church service posted on my page, and he starts commenting, chatting. Seems like just an awesome, very Christian guy, peaceful sort of person, just seemed like a real delight. We're having conversations about our backgrounds and stuff. So I've told him my life story, and he says, you've told me a lot about you, so I'm going to tell you about me. He tells me that he was born in Belgium. He came to the States when he was 27, and that he was working at an oil firm in Dallas as an engineer. He told me his wife had died of bone cancer and that he had a daughter 10 years old and a son 15 years old. We talk on the phone. We did Google chat. His profile picture was an older man with a dog, laid back, blue jeans type of picture. He's 5'11". The hair in the picture was graying, beard and mustache. A nice looking guy. Looked like he had a little country flavor to it. He said he was a Christian man, that he was raised Baptist. He said he was a born again Christian. He just seems like a really fine person, and we're on an equal level. We both got college degrees. We both are very smart. Wow, it was so refreshing to have someone that I felt like I could really talk to.
This is when Morris began to speak of being in love and having a future with Sue.
I never had a man talk to me like he did. He would refer to me as his queen or as his wife, sweetheart, babe, and he started telling me how much he cared for me and that we had similar thoughts and plans for things we could do. He was singing to me and it was not a physical thing. We deeply loved one another, but it wasn't sexual. It was romantic, but it wasn't sexual stuff. Just really, really loved this man.
Just as Sue and Morris's love grew, Morris would be presented with a job opportunity and would ask for Sue's help.
He asked me to pray. He says, I have an opportunity to do this job. Would you pray for me? And within a day or so, he's got the job and he's packing up to go to Alaska.
It seems Sue's prayers had worked. In just a few days, Morris had arrived in Alaska to begin his new job on the oil rig. But this is when everything took a turn.
Once he got to this contract in Alaska, things started happening pretty quickly. We did a video call early on. It was kind of fuzzy looking. I thought, well, it's the mist or something, He's out on this oil rig in the Bay of Alaska. The first thing was the sharks. He needed money to ward off the sharks. It was some kind of stuff they put in the water to make the sharks scoot away. He sent me a picture of these sharks. The picture he sent me, they were just small things, but they would nip at the divers and stuff down there in the water working on the pipelines. He had asked me to send $5,000 by wire transfer to credit union in Fairbanks, Alaska, to a lady by the name of Susan Jones, who he said was the purchasing agent at the company that he was getting this stuff to ward off the sharks. And yes, I did that.
But Morris's problems would not end there. Before long, he would fall ill from a mysterious respiratory infection.
Well, he was in the hospital for a week or better. He acted like he was pretty much dead, but they were able to bring him back. He was lucky to be alive, let's put it that way. He asked for like a couple $100. I'm pretty sure it was gift cards. Had to be.
Sue still longed to see him in person and funded a plane ticket for him to come visit her in North Carolina.
He was coming for Christmas. He just had to see me on Christmas Day if it was only for 30 minutes and needed $3,500 to be able to make the trip. After I had sent the wire, I got all of this identifying information. Well, he doesn't show up. After a couple of weeks of absence, he tells me that the inspectors came and he could not leave because they were there to check his work, and that he just decided to stay there until he was completely finished.
After many asks from Morris, Sue was running low on cash. This is when she decided to tap into her bank for a home equity line of credit.
There in summer of 22, he convinced me to get a HELOC to access more money. My husband had to agree to this. It was a joint loan, the property's involved and deed of trust and everything. So I went to Coastal Federal Credit Union, and the most they'll do is $50,000. Morris got probably upwards of $20,000 out of that. And I went to PNC Bank, and we were able to get a $140,000 credit line there. Supposedly, the $39,000 was to his agent in Houston. The money goes to him, and then he pays out what Morris needs paid out. Then there was an $8,000 certified check that went to a lady in Decatur, Alabama. Once everything's settled out, there's $54,000 to work with from this $140,000 line of credit. And we needed a roof done in the worst kind of way. We had gotten very few dollars out of that first HELOC, couldn't get the roof done. And Morris says to me, so I want you to get your roof done this time. Thank you, Morris.
Sue had become frustrated with Morris constantly going back on his word, but she decided to hold on a bit longer so he could fulfill his promise of visiting her in person.
When he was supposed to be coming here over Labor Day weekend, he went to the airport. When he went to pick up his bags, I guess, he gets flagged for having all these drugs. So he's accusing someone of switching out his luggage. Later on, he found out that somebody was about to be arrested, so they did this, but yet they reviewed all of the security footage and they could not find nothing to confirm that somebody had switched out his luggage. So I actually called the DEA in Anchorage, Alaska, which was supposedly where he was. Of course, they don't have any signs of a Morris Cruz or of Steve Javier, who is a DEA agent, involved. I was asked to join WhatsApp so that the DEA agent could talk to me. I asked him to prove who he is. So he sent me a copy of his DEA badge. And on the DEA badge, it says New Mexico, but it has this older fella's picture on it.
The DEA agent that Sue was communicating with claimed to be this man in this ID. He let her know that Morris was being detained for the drugs that they found in his suitcase at the airport. Morris was now going to be behind bars, and he begged Sue for help.
I'm making this video for you, Sue, on this day 2nd of November 2024 from where I'm being detained. I love you so much.
After Morris sent the video, Sue unexpectedly received a check for $9 million in her mailbox.
ExxonMobil was who he was working for up there in Alaska. And they finally paid him, and he had this check sent to me to hold until he could get here. The check is still locked up. Nobody knows it's there but me, and my husband doesn't know it's there. I just put it in a plain envelope and stuck it along the side of the safe.
At this point, Sue has her doubts, but she's fell so deeply in love with Morris, she can't let him rot in prison. She's reached out to our team to dig into this and verify whether he's truly in danger before she sends any more money.
Morris was to pay a $50,000 fine, and I'm the only person he's got. As always, I'm the only person. Morris kept accurate track of what I'd given him. It was $162,600. I currently have over $56,000 in credit card debt now. He's always insisted that he will repay me very generously. And he's always said to me in his just little broken-hearted little boy voice, he says, honey, no matter what happens, he says, I will always love you because you've done so much for me. He says, but honey, please don't give up on us yet. And that's what's kept me hanging on. I can't say no to Morris. When I hear his voice, he immediately has me under emotional control, so to speak. I just can't say no. I said, Morris, I don't know if I can get over you. I love you so much. If something happens, I don't know if I can deal with it. I told him, I said, I think I'll write a book. And I said, I'm going to title it Missing Morris. And I'm still missing Morris.
Stick around until the end. We'll find out the truth about this check worth millions.
What's going on there? Have you taken it to the bank yet? What have you done with the check?
The check wasn't made out to me, and it was to my benefit to put it away, zip my lips, and wait for Morris to either come or not to ever come.
And we'll sit down with Sue to reveal everything that we found out about Morris. So knowing all of this information that you have, what do you think Brienne's found? If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too. Have you been communicating with someone online, but something just doesn't feel right? You're not alone, and we're here to help. Our expert search specialist can investigate your case and help you uncover the truth. And don't worry, this is completely private and confidential, and is separate from our YouTube channel. Submitting your case does not mean it will be featured on our YouTube. If you need answers, click the link in this episode's description to submit your case now. We're here to help you get the clarity you deserve. The next day, the team got together to break down Sue's case to come up with a plan on how to help her.
So is this like a romantic relationship, or is she just trying to help this guy out?
This is definitely a romantic relationship, and she has been hiding this from her husband. And she also mentioned that she told her husband that she's moving money for investments.
Their relationship is rocky, right? Like he's cheated on her in the past. He's now religious, is what she said, and decided to, give her the truth. Like, hey, I've been cheating on you. And it seems like she's resentful. But the crazy thing is she's done so much of her own research. So she knows that the FBI agent that's locked up is the actor from Breaking Bad. I think his name is
Breaking Bad?
Yeah, Breaking Bad actor. Dean Norris. I love Breaking Bad.
So she also ran her own reverse image search on him when he's in the hospital, and she found a match. So she knows some of the truth.
I think it's a little bit of, hey, I really love this guy. I want this to work out. I've kind of put my relationship in jeopardy. And then also, no way I lost $200,000. That's what I think.
Well, she has a really strong emotional connection with this guy. And she also mentioned that's something she's not getting from her husband. And so I don't think she wants to give up this friendship, this emotional connection, but she also doesn't want to keep sending money. She's even sent money in the mail. She's sending money to people she doesn't know. She's gonna get in trouble at some point. I mean, he's asking her to wire funds so that he can ward off sharks.
The stories are 100% crazy, I agree, but I think us taking a little bit of a different approach here, as soon as Morris gets back home, they're gonna cash that check together. He's gonna pay her off the 200 grand plus more.
Let's look into the check. I have my suspicions, but we'll verify if the check's real. And then we'll look into the people she's been sending money to and help her get out of this fake relationship.
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
I think we got a plan. Let's get to work, y'all.
Okay.
The team got to work to verify Morris's identity. However, we had tons of questions regarding this $9.7 million check, so we gave her a call and tried to get some answers. All right, Brienne, what do we got?
Well, we have this $9 million check that Sue sent us.
It's a lot of money.
9.7 to be exact.
Has she tried to cash it?
I don't think she has, because Morris told her to hold on to it until he comes and visits her.
How convenient.
Yes. Let's just jump on a call with her. Let's see if we can get her to go down to the bank and verify if this is a valid check or not. And in the meantime, I'm going to look at the information on the check as well.
Okay.
Hey, Sue.
I'm here.
Hey, Sue. It's me and Drew here.
Hi, Sue.
Hi there.
So we wanted to just chat with you briefly about this $9.7 million check. What's going on there? Have you taken it to the bank yet? What have you done with the check?
I've just kept it locked up. It's made out to him. It's not made out to me.
Is it real, Sue?
That's the question. Anybody that's looked at it figures it's fake. I don't have any way to know. It feels kind of like money. You know how money's kind of soft, pliable.
But what do you think, Sue? Do you think it's real?
I doubt it at this point. When it first happened, I was like, well, maybe, but this was November 2023, early November.
Why hold on to it all this time? Why not go to the bank, see if you can validate if it is indeed a real check?
I thought, well, it's not my check. I'm just going to put it away, whatever. If it's fake, it's fake, but I can't cash it. It's not my money, so I'll just put it away and whatever happens, happens, but I felt like after time passed that this was just another carrot thrown out to create trust in me to give him more money.
If you're truly looking to figure out what's going on, you should take that check down to your local bank and just have the bankers check it out and tell you if it's real or not. Like, that's something simple that you could do on your own. Now, if you don't want to know any answers, then I kind of understand, and you just want to continue to live in this fantasy. But right now, that's the best thing you could do.
I just was afraid of it. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. But it's important for you to go down there and take. If I got a $9 million check in the mail, I would be scared as hell. So I would take it down there to the bank and have them look at it, and what happens is what happens, right?
Well, if you can, I understand what you're saying. I understand that he's saying he can't because of this, and this that have happened. He said, how did he say it? In perfect time, everything is going to be fine.
You got an FBI agent that's reached out to you that's pretending to be the actor on Breaking Bad. You've been fed 40 different reasons of why he can't come and see you and pick up this check. I mean, the best thing that you could do right now while we're looking into everything is go down to any bank and you take it in there and you have one of them that are working at the bank just check out the check. That's easy. You can easily do that. It doesn't have to be some ex-FBI agent. It doesn't. Those are excuses, Sue. Just take the check down there and then we're going to meet up tomorrow and we're going to let you know what we found, okay?
I hear what he's saying. I guess if it's safe for me to do that, I just didn't want in the middle of it. The check wasn't made out to me, and it was to my benefit to put it away, zip my lips, and wait for Morris to either come or not to ever come. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I'm uneasy with it legally. I am uneasy with it.
Well, if you're uneasy with it, this is more of a reason to go and get it verified.
You need to take it to a professional check checker.
I don't know what that is.
just a teller, any teller. I promise you.
Hopefully that guy that I talked to at the bank will be there tomorrow.
Okay, you got this. You got this. We're here for you. And if you have any questions, just give me a call, okay?
All right, dear. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sue.
All right.
Bye.
So she's taking the check.
She's taking the check. She said she's going to take the check. Mm-hmm. This is really hard for her.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to sit down with her tomorrow, so let's get ready for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks.
While Sue headed to the bank to confirm if the check was real or not, Brianne and the research team finished up everything on their end. And the next day, we sat down with Sue to give her the truth. Sue, how's it going?
It's all right. It's Monday. What can we say?
It's nice to finally meet you face to face, Sue. I know everything about your story. There's so much to this whole thing.
When we talked on Thursday, it threw me for a loop. I left that call feeling like the villain instead of the victim.
What bothered you most about our call with you?
I felt like I'd done something wrong, and at that point then I just became scared to really do anything with it other than show it to a couple friends,
You're mentioning all these red flags and your family's involved and they're researching things for you and you have this gut feeling that things aren't making sense. So, I mean, I just don't understand why you've stayed in this or held on to a check for as long as you have, knowing that these things are not real.
He has sunk such a deep hook into me, so to speak. You see, I'm seeing both sides of it.
If we just look at the facts, what do we know about Morris that's true?
Nothing. I mean, nothing he's told me has been true that I can prove.
So tell me this, when was the last time you sent money to Mr. Morris?
Saturday afternoon. He said he's leaving So I need to get this money. I need to get $200 to this guy today. I said, I tell you what, I'll bite the bullet. I'll do 100. Will you accept 100?
Well, of course.
Yeah. So I went to the grocery store and I sent him $100. At least it wasn't $1,500.
Yeah, but we told you not to send him money. You don't need to keep him engaged.
Your family researching the images, they found the original images from some of the stuff that he even photoshopped and sent to you. They've also broken down the ID, told you that it's a fake ID. So knowing all of this information that you have, what do you think Brianne's found?
I would like to think she's found his identity. But
So you took the check down there.
And what happened?
It's a fake check, and that they can't. There's nothing more they can do with it, but it's just a fake check.
What you're going through with this person is really normal. We see it on a day-to-day basis. And today we just want to put things to rest, honestly. Like, I know you're tired, so let's just jump into what we found, and hopefully we'll put your mind at ease.
I'm ready.
You often hear Morris's voice, and we had asked you to record his voice. After our team listened to the voice recording, I think we're confident as to where this person's located.
Why do you say that?
Right. So we have to do what we have to do. I know it's scary, but you just need to brace yourself, have the courage, and do what we have to do. Okay?
Well, I'm working on something else too, so just give me a minute, okay?
Yeah, when we're about to pay them back, if we can't pay them all at once, we can clear up the debt and close the cards, right?
Oh,
Okay.
that would kill your credit.
Okay. What I'm really after is, can we pay it off at once?
He speaks slowly. It's almost like he has a little bit of a speech impediment or something. It's a little weird. But it does not sound African to me. It sounds like an older person. I've thought perhaps a couple of times he reminds me very much of a Mexican investor I had that I sold several properties to. He would use the term more better.
So you think it sounds Latin?
I don't think it sounds African, no.
So we've listened to a lot of accents. We've listened to specifically scammers from West Africa. This is 1,000% a West African accent.
Well, are they able to change how they sound or something?
Of course, you can alter your voice, but his voice is not altered, and we can hear it very clearly.
He doesn't sound like any of the Nigerians that I associate with, like in church. He just doesn't. He doesn't sound like that.
It's a West African accent, Sue.
Well, you know more about it than I do.
How does that make you feel?
Disgusted. I mean, it's confirmation, but he has sworn to me that he has two white parents, and I have no racial prejudice whatsoever, and I've stressed that.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're prejudiced or not is pretty irrelevant to the fact that you're not communicating with a white person. There's no white people in West Africa.
Well, okay, if he's in West Africa, you're right, probably not, unless he's hiding out there for some reason, but
it doesn't matter what Morris said. Morris hasn't validated anything to you. His word means nothing. It means nothing. The stories he told you, the lies, everything, the reasons he needs money, just stories. You mentioned your cousin and your sister have been helping you out with research, like what Drew was saying. What did they say about the identity of the man in the picture?
My cousin is an attorney, and she helps some women with this type of thing, I think. She was very knowledgeable, and of course she lives in Dallas, Texas, so she knew that this was not a legitimate Texas ID. She pointed out all the flaws in it, and she said that maybe I had this need to be tangled up with somebody like this that pissed me off. Excuse me. That did not sit well, and that was it.
No, I don't think that that's the case. I think it's the fact that you are being tricked into believing this whole thing, and you've been on this roller coaster ride where you don't know how to differentiate what is real and what is fake. It has nothing to do with you wanting to do illegal things or wanting to be a part of these activities. You're being coerced to do this stuff.
Exactly. It's called extortion, isn't it? I mean,
You're being gaslit.
oh,
It's all a bunch of lies. That's all it is. You're just being lied to, but you need to wake up and realize what's really going on. This is a person in West Africa, either in Ghana or Nigeria, and they do this for a living. They may not be great at photoshopping, they may not be the greatest at coming up with lies, but one thing that they're good at, really good at, is the art of gaslighting.
okay. See, I didn't understand that that's what gaslighting is.
We want to put this whole thing to rest because these last two pieces of information are very important, and it's very, very important for you to hear these two things to understand more about who this person that you've been chatting with all these years really is.
That's the goal.
I want to share something with you, Sue. We ran reverse image searches for the images that you sent over, and the man in these images is a person by the name of Jeff.
Huh?
The man in these images is not Morris. This is a man named Jeff. He's a normal guy with a YouTube channel who uploads videos about gardening life and farming. He has no idea who Sue is, but he's also a victim because his likeness and images have been stolen to dupe Sue out of money. Sue, you're communicating with a scammer. This is a romance scammer. This person's from West Africa. You need to block this person. They're using these fake images from this innocent man, Jeff, and they're sending him to you, and you're just sending money, and then you're throwing it down the drain. You're just burning money every time you send money
Well,
to
there
this
won't
person.
be any more money now. There just simply won't be.
Good.
But he's imitating more than Jeff. I mean, my goodness, look at all these different pictures he sent me by this point.
Yeah, the internet is really easy to pretend to be someone that you're not. They can take a photo of me and put it on to a profile and start chatting with you. This is all
Like
very...
the guy in the hospital bed.
Yeah, this is all very normal tactics used by a romance scammer.
Right, I understand.
That $9.7 million check you've been holding to, supposedly the funds were coming from a company by the name of Jamar Acquisitions LLC. This is a legitimate company. I did find a lawsuit against this company where they owed another company $50,000. The ExxonMobil, that was photoshopped onto the check. And if you notice too, ExxonMobil, Jamar Acquisitions LLC, the $9.7 million, all of this is in different fonts. And as you well know, you went down to the bank, and what did you find out about the check?
It's fake. It's no good.
So nothing on the check is even valid.
Well, I have to do something. I don't know what to do because now I owe almost $140,000 on a home equity line, most of which is Morris money. Not all, but most of it. And now another 56,000 or so on credit cards, and 99% of that is Morris money.
Do you think Morris cares about any of that?
No, not if he is truly a scammer. Now,
Sue, you just said if he truly is a scammer. We are telling you he is truly a scammer. I do have some fears for you, Sue, that you're not getting it. And I'm worried that you're going to continue talking to this person and still continue to get scammed. You're just lighting this money on fire. You're basically flushing money down the toilet that you will never see again.
And your time. You're wasting a bunch of time communicating with someone and holding on to their words and holding on to all of the sweet little things that they've told you. We've been trying to figure out why exactly you continue to talk to this person, and I think I figured it out. It's the fact that they tell you that they love you and that they're available. That's it.
was more my investment.
Yeah, but let's talk about this, Sue, though, because it's not about your investment, because we told you not to send any more money, and then you sent $100 recently. And we didn't even touch on the fact that you are married and you have a husband, and he doesn't know about any of this.
He knows I've been sending money, okay? I mean, he had to help me get the HELOCs.
Why not just divorce your husband? If you're so unhappy and, you know, you've obviously sought something outside of your relationship with him, which kind of led you into sending all of this money, right? So why not just cut it off?
Because I can't survive. You know what my income is?
But Sue, what could you have done with all the money that you gave Morris?
Well, exactly.
What have you learned through this meeting today?
Well, I've learned that Morris is fake, and I've learned that Sue is not going to entertain any more of these fellas, you know? I mean, which I never did before. Morris was just so different.
I'm gonna be black and white with you. I highly recommend that you seek therapy.
My therapy will probably be me and God. I do not like therapists, period. I can handle this. I do not like therapists. I'll be damned, excuse my language, but they're not getting my money to sit there and listen to me talk.
A lot of people benefit from going to therapy. If you don't want to do therapy, that's perfectly fine.
I'll have to see how I do. I'm not sure that I need it. My biggest thing now is how am I coming up with almost $1,600 for credit card payments between now and the 26th of the month. I don't have a dime of it. So I'm at the point where I have to look into bankruptcy or going out and finding a full-time job, or
You know, the first line of effort of getting any recourse is filing a police report. We do recommend you go do that today. Brianne will update you on any other information she gets from reaching out to these people that were involved, that were accepting your money, because that's very important stuff. Just give us some time. We'll get to that, and we'll reach back out to you, okay?
I am going to file a police report. I really am.
Well, Sue, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for reaching out to us. Just know it's fake. Stop.
Yes.
Wrap it up. End it. Block them.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Sue. Talk to you soon. Seekers, it's almost time for our weekly live stream. Come hang out with our team and get a live update from Sue. We'll find out whether or not she's gone down to the police station and filed a police report. Sue's husband has also decided that he would like to make an appearance on the live. This is all going down this Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. You can find the link to our live stream on our YouTube channel by clicking the live tab and going to our most recent video. See you all there. If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it. It helps get the word out and potentially stops other people from being scammed.